Day 24, England against Sweden. Against all pre-expectancy, England with a victory over a well-drilled Swedish team now stood on the verge of a World Cup final for the first time since 1966. It would be their first appearance in a semi-final since 1990. It was a comprehensive, thorough and well-deserved victory. England, so young, so full of pace and energy, went into the contest with a team that had started against Colombia. Sweden, tough, durable and very compact, recalled Kraft and Larsson as Svensson and the suspended Lustig made way. It would be Sweden's fifth contest at the quarter-final stage. They'd won 3 of their previous 4. They'd kept 3 out of 4 clean sheets, 3 clean sheets out of 4 games at this tournament. England, as mentioned, had only been beyond this stage in 1966 and 1990. It would be England's first appearance at this quarter-final stage since 2006, for Sweden the first since 1994. Twice at the group stages, at the nations played, contested a match with one another in 2002 and 2006. Twice Sweden required to come from behind to draw level on both occasions. It was a surprise. There was a surprise pace to the opening, not frantic, but both showing intentions. However, there was definitely a nervousness to the occasion. There were several misplaced passes with an element of fear. The patternless contest saw the tempo slow down as cautious England were unable to get the ball down or pass effectively. The fans evidently were unexcited by the current state of this scrappy encounter. Then there would be a breakthrough. Harry, not Kane but Maguire, rising unmarked to power a header powerfully past Olsen. Yet again, a set piece from England was to prove pivotal in proceedings. It was Harry Maguire's first goal, in which was his 10th appearance for his country. 80% of England's goals had come from set pieces. That is 8 goals in 10 games. Sweden upped the pace and found themselves pressed and countered by England. And playing the high line, they were kept getting caught by the direct ball. Sterling's pace evidently very troublesome. It required Lindelof to snuff Sterling as he was set to finish. Then Sterling took far too long after showing initially a fine touch, with his effort being smothered by Olsen before Granqvist making the final block. Sterling had just moments earlier failed with another attempt. Sweden were having difficulty from the set pieces, and England at this moment were creating, looking comfortable and growing into the game, despite not much being seen of Harry Kane, who earlier in the game had an effort dragged wide. Sweden certainly had it all to do, as they'd never won the game at the World Cup, going in behind at half-time. They'd only come back twice to draw, and they'd suffered 9 defeats in the 11 contests. In 11 contests they'd been behind. Pickford, totally untroubled throughout, was brought into the action very early. A stretching save to deny a fine header from Berg without a goal in 11 games. It was a fine leap, and with the save like to match it. But as in the first half, England came into it, and Sweden eventually would get punished, and Dele Alli would be one of 3 in the middle, and he'd been actually guilty of several misplaced passes in the first half. But he was on hand to head the ball past Olsen, picking his spots, and this from a finely scooped up ball from Lingard, and Ali thus became the second youngest player for England ever at the World Cup finals to score. Now the contest had opened up, England looking to finish Sweden off, gaps evident as Sweden were taking more risks. Like Pickford was certainly having the game of his life, and a low right hand side soon followed to deny Klasen as Sweden burst in on goal. Maguire, with a typical defender's finish, drove woefully wide as Sweden replaced Toivonen and Forsberg with Olsen and Guidet. It was Pickford again with a fingertip save to deny a turn, a shot and it was a shot and it was a turn and a shot from Berg and stretching. Pickford was equal to the fine attempt. But there were no twists and turns in this contest, unlike the Belgium and Japan match. Sweden had been totally unable to create. Augustin's awful free kick typified their day. Sweden would never be able to get back into it and into this context, and they were comprehensively defeated. It was all too comfortable for England, who were whose outnumbered 5,000 fans were certainly outvoicing the Swedish contingent in the stands. The momentum was certainly England's, as it was either Croatia or the hosts Russia. It had been 28 years since England had reached a semi-final. 17 of the 23 in the squad hadn't even been born at that time. England, unexpectedly, against all pre-expectations, would be yet again their third ever World Cup semi-final, and the country really will warm into this World Cup.